Hi friends, welcome to the movement portion of our series. We're going to start in a child's pose. Make sure you have some blocks or sturdy pillows. And then you'll make your way down to your mat, sitting your hips towards your heels, your knees wide, letting your chest just drape between your thighs. And your arms can rest overhead or maybe down by your sides, gentle for your shoulders. But you're going to settle into a breath, just nice, easy breath, centering into your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into all fours. Grab a block. Place that block underneath your left hand. We're moving into our diaphragmatic breathing here. Diaphragmatic breathing. So, as you inhale, let your ribcage expand out. Belly expands towards the mat. As you exhale, draw your ribcage in. Press into that block with your left hand. Inhale, release your pressure on the block. Expand out through your torso. Exhale. Lift your rib cage, your belly, press into that block, and inhale to release. This is helping with that mind-body connection into our breath and into our core. Again, that exhale, it's a strong press as that rib cage lifts up and in. Slide the block to your right hand and take the same breath pattern on this side. You can always take your hands to your rib cage so you can make sure you're breathing into that diaphragm area instead of your belly. Your belly will move, but again, it's coming from that intentional space of breathing into your diaphragm. The press into the block is helping to engage a little bit deeper because you're not only now breathing into your core, but you are bracing into your core with the pressure. We're going to move into some cat-cows. So you'll transition that block underneath your left knee and start to move through some cat-cows here. So this is making our pelvis a little lopsided. And what that's doing is releasing one side so that the other side can find some unilateral work here. Moving through a cat-cow in this shape, it's kind of activating those reflexive pelvic floor muscles. So instead of actively working them, you can transition that block under your right knee. Same thing. Cat-cows, inhale to lift, exhale to curve. Like I was saying, so instead of clenching anywhere or using that breath to actively lift and release, you are adding a nice, easy, reflexive, kind of involuntary movement to your pelvic floor. Take one more breath in, one more breath out, and then you will slide that block out, set it off to the side. You're going to extend your left leg long behind you. Holding your leg up over the mat, we're moving to bird dog. So once you feel stabilized, your right arm can reach up overhead. And you're just breathing here, holding, finding some balance, working to level out your hips and taking that same breath we were just doing on all fours, just adding the challenge of balance into this. Slowly lower your right hand down and we'll find a half table. Your left leg will sweep out towards the side. Plant your foot in line with your knee, and then you'll just rock back and forth. You're letting your hips sit as far back towards your heel as you'd like to, getting a nice inner thigh stretch here. A gentle rock maybe of your hips side to side. Inhale and exhale, and then your left knee will come back down towards the mat. Maybe take a little cat-cow or rock your hips side to side, and then we'll take that to the other side. So your right leg will extend long behind you, lifting that leg up off of your mat, and then once you feel stabilized through your core, again, maybe that left arm reaches up. You find your full bird dog. Holding and breathing. Noticing the difference of your balance on this side. Working to really level your hips. We're going to go to that half table, landing your left hand, right leg sweeps out toward the side. I'll make sure you give yourself a little space. And then again, find that rock back and forth. Notice that this side feels different, feels better, feels looser, tighter. Getting some movement into your inner thighs, those adductors. Finding another breath in, all the way out. So we're going to transition to a downward dog. So you can tuck your toes and lift your hips. Left leg will sweep up behind you. And then maybe you take ankle rolls or you bend your knee, take a few knee circles, opening up through your hips, finding a little rotation. Left leg will lower and your right leg will lift for all of the same options, same movements. Just match your breath. And on your next exhale, your right foot's going to come between your hands, finding a low lunge, and then hands between or on the inside of your foot as you walk towards that long edge of your mat. Finding a side lunge here. We're going to go side to side. So you can use a block for some support or a pillow, but you'll bend side to side, letting your hips get low. Again, getting into those adductors, finding a good stretch through the inner thighs, inner hamstrings, down and through your glutes, the back of your legs. Letting your hips drop as low as you'd like. Maybe work to keep your heel of your bent knee to the mat. Or maybe lift your toes of the straight leg. And then we're going to move into a little bit of mobility with this. So the next time you bend to your right knee at the front of your mat, bring your hands behind you to the floor and sit your hips all the way down. Your knee is going to drop in towards your mat and then lift back up towards the ceiling. So now we're taking a deep rotation of our hip joint. You can take this as gentle as you need to. It might feel really tight. And if getting to the floor here is too much, you can stay in that side to side lunge. We're going to transition to the other side. Press your hips up and into your right foot, and then shift over to your left. Hands come behind you, land your hips, and you take that knee in and up. Again, always optional to just stay in that side lunge. Take small dips of your knee, and then you'll press yourself back up. Again, lift your hips, press into your left foot, and you'll come back to that lunge at the front of your mat. Rotate your chest, your hands to frame your foot. Walk your foot to the outside of your mat and step your left foot forward. We're going into a yogi squat. Encourage you to sit on a block or again on one of those sturdy pillows that you got. We're working to release here. So when we don't have something to support our hips, we tend to clench, and I want us to be able to release with our breath. Take a few of those diaphragmatic breaths. Really feel your pelvic floor lift on the exhale and release on the inhale. Stay here as long as you'd like to. Take a few easy breaths when you're done. Maybe take a little longer, focus on that pelvic floor work. But either way, spend as long as you'd like here, and then we will see you for the next video.